So business. So I'm going to structure this video into 4 parts: taking notes, assessment objectives, my resources, and other. Now, feel free to watch this video in 2x speed, and then also if you like editing, as again, please reach out to me. Now, the first thing is taking notes. The first thing you gotta learn is actually how to take notes based on a textbook, because in business and in most of your social classes like this, you're gonna have to know how to actually take notes from a textbook, because you're most likely to learn from that. Now, watch the video below. How to actually absorb a textbook like a sponge, whatever it's called, is by a college professor, and it tells you like a structure to actually take notes from a textbook. Helped me so much and actually helped me understand and structure my notes, which you'll see below. Like, you kind of see from like my unit 1 notes to my unit 5 notes how they completely change, and how they're so much more concise in unit 5 than unit 1, because I kind of just like kept improving my notes. And that's a great tip also. Make sure to continuously try to get better with your notes and to try to only take like the most important things. Now, another thing is business is kind of a fundamentals class, right? The whole point of business is you're learning basics of business, but the definitions are the most simplest thing. Know those and understand those, because those will lead on to the other things that you learn, like the tools, all like making a P&L and all those things. And now another thing, if you like videos and watching videos, watch Lewinsky. This guy literally has the whole curriculum of IB posted on his channel, and he puts so much effort into these videos, and it's so like genuinely a godsend. Thank you so much. And I also included in the Google Drive link down below, which I'll talk about later. One of my friends, Maya, she actually did all the notes for the SL. So if you want that, you can also see it in like a transcribed version from a student that like got a good score. Now the next thing is assessment objectives. For social classes, these actually matter. Like English, and I don't know if you think they are in English, or like math and physics. I don't really know if I never really use them. But for econ and business, I use them so much. Like AO1 literally just means state 2 things, like remember 2 things. It's really simple, it's just memorizing. AO2, so if you ever see like a long paragraph about an AO1 thing, note down to the definition and note down like a little bit of the explanation, but skip the rest, in my opinion. AO2 is just about definition, and remember, you get 2 points for this. So 1 is the general definition, 1 is specifics, so have a little bit of detail with that. AO3 takes time, it's just evaluation. It takes time to like be able to do like an analysis, do a judgment, and evaluate those things. And AO4 is just like diagrams and skills, like making a P&L and those things. But I must say, knowing how to do those things is actually useful in business. And so many people slander IB business because like, oh, it's useless. I'm doing an internship right now in an investment group, and understanding these things, like even these fundamentals, actually helps. And having that good like foundation, it actually helps, right? Even if you don't get college credits for it. But now I'm going to talk about my resources, because business is, I think, one of the classes that I was able to make very, very good notes in, and I did quite well in. I think that if you use my notes, make sure to also first read your own notes, because just reading my notes won't actually help, but they're very good for review in my opinion. Like I shared it with my whole grade, or like everybody that did business, and everybody liked this. So, and also some people even added their own things into it, so it's like a collaborative effort. And if you see it, and if you see like the notes, you're gonna see a watermark. That's only because I don't want people to sell these notes, or like to kind of try to like use that whole system. Like, I mean, my whole point is just trying to give out all the resources I made for free. And so yeah, that's the only reason why there's a watermark. And then the last thing is other. So the first general is when you're doing tests, and this is kind of for all classes, but record all the mistakes you make. Genuinely, this will help you, because like you gotta know why you made the mistake and think about how you can improve next time. That's the whole point of tests, right? That's the whole point of being able to improve. And I would also recommend like don't do that many practices for business. It's similar to kind of English, where it's like do like 2 to 3 and then go to your teacher and kind of pick the best ones to ask for feedback on, because then you're able to actually improve. And honestly, I don't think anybody also did this, like actually went to their teacher and gave them like their like practice exams they did and asked for feedback. Like only the people that I know that did it, I got the best grades. So I would highly recommend that. And then also have balance in your response. Business and econ as well are such a class about balance, where it's like you have one paragraph about one thing, you gotta keep that link throughout, right? And also manage your time, because this is the same thing, right? Like if you write a massive paragraph for one, then you're gonna have to do that for the other ones. And if you do that for your paper 1, you will have to rush through the rest of it. So speaking from experience, not a good idea. But then also do the evaluation in the end. Like Lewinsky is going to talk about this in his like, if you watch his videos, which is like, in the end, you always got to do like, wow, this evaluation is very thorough, blah, blah, blah. there are certain data sources or you don't like the data source or something, like evaluate it, like be like, well, if I had more information, I could have done this, right? Now for the 3 papers, paper 1, for us it was a case study. I think that's going to go on for the next couple of years. So make sure, just know some of the vocabulary, know the structure of it, how you're supposed to put it together, but it's really similar to paper 2. And I think that some people, even in my class, didn't really like, do that much for it and still got a 7. So check with it, right? Like, of course, prepare for a little bit, but it's not like too much. It's still just like a paper 1, a paper 2 writing, which is, at least it was for M24. Now paper 2, it's just your classic business test. Your teacher's most likely to give you these, and they give that to us. So just pick the question, whichever one you like the most and you think you could score the best in. And also that you actually understand the calculations. Like, choose your reading time very well to just like choose whichever one you want to do. Don't read, like, swear please, do not read the case studies while you're doing like the test. Go look at the questions, skim through them, whichever one you like the most, and then go to the case study and read them for the rest of the time. And then paper 3, ours one was like, I think it's going to be like one of the social again. Just know the structure. I mean, it's a little bit different, but if you understand the structure, and I think Lewinsky did a video on it, it should be fine. Just do a judgment as well in the end. And business is literally just about understanding definitions, tools, and theories. It's actually a useful class. It's a lot of fun. And so enjoy it. Use the notes and also use some of the resources in the Google Drive link that I mentioned. All my notes are there. All the resources, their practice questions, their case studies, all this stuff. So yeah, I hope that helps. Thank you.